Hey guys, it's Camus and another edition of Chess Beauty. At the end of number 38, we left you with this position. This is a composition by Seletsky, won first prize in the USSR problem tourney of 1933. And, okay, take a look at it. You can see in the position that White's only extra resource is this pawn on d7. So have a go at it. White to play and win. All right. Well, I hope you found the winning move, the quiet but threatening queen to g5. It's threatening to queen the pawn, forcing an immediate win. So what does black do about this? Well, he can play bishop takes d7, but this is ill-advised because after another quiet move, knight to f4, he's actually threatening bishop to h5, checkmate. Say he does something random like bishop e6, bishop to h5. It's just checkmate. So instead, after knight to f4, he plays maybe something like d6. Then we have a variation like bishop to c4 check, king to e8, queen to g8, king to e7, knight to d5, and the king has no squares, so the queen is forced to take, and that's all she wrote. Okay, so after queen to g5, say black tries to block the promotion with queen to e7, well, white simply promotes, and he has the x-ray defense of the queen, and that wins. So back to after the position after one queen to g5. The most obvious move is king to e6, threatening the pawn and discovering a check on the white king. So white plays king g1. It's the only square free from further black checks. And now black has another choice. He can take the pawn with the bishop or with the king. So let's look at the one with the bishop. Bishop takes d7, bishop to g4 check, king to f7, and knight to e5 check, king to e8, bishop takes d7 is a very nice checkmate. Again, after king to g1, bishop to d7, bishop g4 check. Now if he tries king to d6 here, then we have another nice mate from queen to c5, and that's checkmate. So after king to g1, we see that taking with the bishop doesn't work, so let's take with the king instead. King to d7. And now, knight c5 check. And the king has now 4 squares that he can go to. Let's say he goes to d6, threatening the knight. After queen g3 check, he can take the knight, but then queen to a3 skewers the queen. So after queen to g3 check, instead king to d5, and now we have this very nice move, bishop to c4, with 2 of white's pieces en prise here. Say he takes the bishop, well, so he takes the knight, and we get queen to a3 check again. So after bishop c4, instead if he takes the bishop, then queen to b3 check, and now he has to take the knight at this point. He's got no other squares for the king. Wait a minute, that's not exactly true. Oh yes, he can actually go to d4, but then knight to e6 check picks off the queen. So after queen to b3 check, he does take the knight, and then we're back to queen to a3 check, king to d5, king to f8. Okay, so that doesn't work. That was after knight c5, that was king to d6. Let's try king to c7. Again, after king to c7, we have knight to e6, forking the king and the queen. So there's only one other square besides the main line, and that's king to e8. But after king to e8, we have bishop to h5. And again, the king has no other squares, so he's forced to interpose the queen, and that loses for him. Okay, so those 3 squares don't work. His best try after knight to c5 check is king to c8. And thereupon we get bishop to a6 check, king to b8, only move, queen to g3 check, king to a8, only move, bishop to b7 check. White seems determined to sacrifice all his pieces in this particular problem. Bishop takes b7, knight to d7, gets the key move. He's threatening the queen, but he's also threatening knight to b6 checkmate. So the only square for the queen to move to save himself, or herself I should say, and prevent the checkmate on b6 is queen to d8. But then we have this nice maneuver. I hope you saw this. Queen to b8 check. Queen takes b8 is forced, and knight to b6, resulting in a beautiful smothered mate. Very nice problem from Seletsky. Okay, so looking ahead to chess beauty number 40, we're going to consider this position. Now this is the opposite of the practical position that we looked at the other day from the Young Sabas game. This is a position that could, of course, arise in actual play, but is highly unlikely to ever occur. But it's a very delightful problem. It's not all that difficult. What you have to do here is you have to envision how white can checkmate with this particular configuration of pieces. So give it a try, and we'll get back to you with Chess Beauty number 40. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.